everyone, I'm Jacob. I play Tithla. She's a ranger. Tithla's in Barovia because she's tagged along with some friends and somebody needs to look after them.
Hello, I'm Josh, and I shall be playing Killian Maxwell, a elf celestial warlock who has been travelling around Barovia for a little while and has joined up with the Tempest Guild to try and find his place.
G'day, my name's Tom. I'm playing Jonor, the Aasimar divination wizard. He is here to find the best and the worst of this world, and he's doing it with a bit of naivety and optimism.
Hello, I am Raph, and I'm playing Styx, who is a Gloomforged Paladin, on the journey of rediscovering themselves, quite literally, in the land of Barovia.
Hi, I'm Ash. I play Axel, the gnome fighter, and I'm a master of the shield and a master with Trident.
Hi, I'm Matt. I'm playing Blood Gorson, Path of the World Tree Barbarian.
And I'm Owen, the Dungeon Master of our Curse of Strahd 5th edition campaign. A warning, gentle viewer. Curse of Strahd is a horror-themed Dungeons & Dragons campaign, which means you may hear adult language or adult themes throughout this episode. Hello everybody. Welcome back to the Lost Archives. Hello there indeed. It is wonderful to see all of your gorgeous faces once again. We are here, we are back, we are playing Curse of Strahd, the premier horror Dungeons & Dragons campaign. We have been on a horrific journey so far, but we have I just figured why not continue the theme. The players have been on an excellent fun journey as they've explored Barovia. The characters have had a nasty, awful time. We are going to be diving in very, very soon. I don't want to keep us with announcements for too long. Super quick announcement. We will have some new episodes of The Wandering Village coming soon. I know I promised that last week. I just haven't had a chance to record them. They'll be coming out soon. The other news to share, Raph is not here, which means I will be forced to once again try and do Styx's voice. So we will be limiting how much time they spend with Styx. And the final thing to share is one of our lovely YouTube members, Tabs. Fuck you, Josh. I see you shaking your head. Tabs has given Tom disadvantage, given Jonor disadvantage as a member using her member points.
Fuck yes, Tabs.
As punishment for you kind of like throwing Katarina under the bus a little bit.
Yeah, I did call her a wench and
yes. Look, I kept it vague to give you a chance to apologize, but instead you've doubled down, which I respect.
Yeah, I didn't double down. I just admitted it was a dumb choice.
I don't know. I'm willing. I heard you say it again, so that sounds to me like doubling down. Everyone here, what do we think? Doubling down?
Yep.
Sorry, mate.
Oh yeah, sure. All right.
Jacob has
just
spoken.
load me out with disadvantage.
So you have been given disadvantage, which will come into effect on a roll that is appropriate to that disadvantage. So something that is kind of along that vein, you will have disadvantage for. So I'll let you know when that comes into effect.
There'll be rampant backstabbing from Jonor throughout this Yoshnik, I have to assume. So it'll come up pretty rapidly.
I'm sure we will see it imminently. Is the phrase I would use. Awesome. Well, let's jump straight back in. I've got a quicker recap to get us back in. Obviously, a lot of live session.
Sorry, Owen.
What's up?
Real quick, very big news.
If this is what I think it is, I'm going to mute you immediately, just so you know.
I don't think you know what it is. So, we're a podcast. We like to promo other podcasts. Just a quick shout out to another podcast. It's called Welcome to Twinhood. It is done by just a couple of sisters. They're 15 minutes apart, non-identical. The Peters sisters, Maisie and Ellen.
I'm wondering how long
for a moment I was like, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. No, I'm turning off his camera too. I was like, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. I'll trust him.
I knew it was coming.
I'll trust him for a moment. I was like, at some point he's gonna turn this on me, but I was like, I'll just let it play out. And then, I mean, you heard my trigger word, so Jacob's muted.
Maybe they'll promo us back.
So yes, they're good there. They've just
he's still going,
podcast.
So that's it. He's still muted. No, that's it. So he had a chance and he's wasted it. You've also been given another advantage, Theo, while this has been going on from Foxtrot. Just because Theo needs all the advantages.
Me as well.
Yeah, you're in trouble, mate. Jonor is not pleasing the fans. Goodness me.
So welcome to Twinhood. Check it out in your favorite podcast.
Oh my fucking god, he just is fucking relentless. look, when we wrap up Curse of Strahd, obviously the plan is to have a new campaign starting afterwards. I'm going to be sending out invites to all the players who haven't caused me grief. So thanks, Jacob, for joining us. It's been a pleasure.
It was nice playing with all of you.
I think it's impressive that the longer this goes on, the more and more like Raspip Jacob becomes.
It's interesting, isn't it? Yeah.
Thank you.
I can imagine you with the facial hair of Raspip now too, and I think it's a really good look, and I think you should have that for your wedding.
Okay, well.
That was easy.
No.
Boom.
No.
Done. No, I'll organise it for you, mate. Don't worry. I'll super glue it to your face the night before.
That'll work.
Got him. There you go. You've also been given advantage, Jonor, from tricking, who feels sorry for the abuse you've been getting from Tabs, and you've been rewarded with
Jonor. Being awfully too nice tonight.
Yeah, but it's only for a different role, specifically listed as a different role. This does not cancel out the disadvantage from Tabs, which I really enjoy. It's specifically for something else. I like that. Yeah,
he's essentially gotten some important roles from the chat.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. All right, let me do our recap. Let us jump straight back into the session. Our series has been following the adventures of the Tempest Adventuring Guild, Theo, Jonor, Tithla, Styx, Killian, and new allies, Blood and Axel. Having become trapped within the realm of Barovia while searching for some missing adventurers, the team have returned to the Abbey of St. Markovia, having allied with the werewolves of the Svarlich Woods and cured Victor Valakovich of the insanity driving him to become the Mad Mage of Mount Baratok. Reunited with Theo outside of the werewolf den, having returned from the village of Barovia, Theo shared a dire warning. A small army of vampire spawn had been gathering behind the walls of Castle Ravenloft, and while the village was safe for the moment, he was concerned for what this development might mean. Debating on how best to proceed, Theo also revealed he could bring the recently slain back from the dead, the team now discussing who they should try and revive first, or whether to seek help from the abbot with this instead. Deciding to travel with the werewolves to Mount Baratok and attempt to recruit the Mad Mage, the team travelled through the night while Styx transported the bodies of the other children to the Abbey. Approaching the lair of the Mad Mage, the team climbed the old goat track winding around the side of the mountain, rising above the lower layer of mist and stepping out onto a small rocky platform. Deciding to announce themselves, Theo pulled out his war horn and played a little ditty, the music echoing out across the valley below. All around them, the dark clouds above the mountain began to coalesce, drawing closer and closer, lightning flashing around them. Suddenly, a figure dropped from above, framed by the lightning flash, and called out to the team. Jonor immediately recognized the figure as an older and clearly unstable Victor Valakovich, who the team had last seen apparently disintegrated by his own magic after being counterspelled by Jonor. Trying their very best to communicate through Victor's madness and aggression, Jonor and Killian used suggestion and counterspell to force Victor to transport them all to the Abbey of St. Markovia. With the Mad Mage pinned down by Axel and silenced with Tithla's magic, the others quickly brought the abbot over to restore Victor's mind. The team then took this opportunity to discuss their next options, learning that the abbot had enough supplies to cast Reincarnate only 3 times, and that the more time has passed, the harder it is to bring the soul back. The presence and powers of these dark powers was also weighing heavily on the minds of the team, questioning Victor about his understanding of these malicious entities and how they might break the connection to Strahd and Sergei. While Axel, Blood, and Killian assisted the mongrel folk with fortifying the borders of the Abbey, with some success and some lesser success in some cases, Killian filled in the newcomers on the sequence of events that had led the group to this point. Meanwhile, Jonor and Victor made some progress in understanding the nature of the dark powers and the deal that they might have made with the brothers. Tithla and Theo chatted briefly with Luther before Tithla rushed off to locate Grinner's liver for their attempt to resurrect him. Coming together after accomplishing these individual tasks, the group's chat turned into an unburdening of the secrets some of them had been keeping, Jonor particularly opening up with some bombshells he had been sitting on for weeks. We left off last session in the middle of these discussions, Jonor feeling some heat from staying silent for so long about several items of information, and Tithla suffering from the effects of her rapidly decreasing sanity. So, one of the things that had been done last session just before we finished up was Theo rolling an insight check to kind of figure out what was going on with the rest of the group, and Jonor revealing the diary that Grinner had passed him right before he had returned to Castle Ravenloft. So, that is where we are going to be jumping straight back in, as all of you stand around inside the infirmary, the beds on either side of you empty, Theo having just woken up from his nap on one of the one of the beds inside that area.
I have my long rest.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you guys have had a chance to have a long rest here. So anyone who wants to have taken a long rest, this is while you're having this conversation. There's downtime. You've got time to take a long rest here for sure.
Great.
Oh, no one's gonna rail you for that, wanting to take a rest at an inappropriate time. Good to know. Normally, I guess you're the one taking the rest, so it's okay.
I mean, I
didn't suggest it.
Also,
I'm kidding.
This is what we were here for.
I had to do the rest so I could fly to Vallaki and get the oils to save Grinner. Not I would feel important in the fight against the druid.
I was kidding.
Get him.
Sorry, Tom. It's just not as
since
good.
We're shitting on Tom real quick.
Yeah.
We jumped into the call. It was just Tom and I at the start. Tom goes, you know what? I'm really glad that you haven't had any Maisie Peters bits for a while. And fucking, we were sitting on one.
So
ready
you
to go.
baited him, Tom, is what I'm hearing.
Apparently, just don't trigger. Just don't
mate.
bring up the topic. It's the subconscious.
Don't feed the ibis. You know this. Don't feed the ibis.
Comes back with vengeance. Yep.
You bastard.
Oh well.
Thanks.
For calling you an ibis, you're welcome any day. So, as you all stand around, Theo, your insight had been a 15. I believe you had been able to roll again with advantage.
Yes.
Yeah. Jonor, I think what we'd kind of finished on was Jonor, if he is keeping secrets, if he is lying, he doesn't know it. He seems to be telling you the truth as he knows it, sharing what he knows, what he's learned. You don't get the sense there's anything being kept from you in this moment. Axel and Blood, both... There's a level of like discomfort because they've kind of been caught up in a bit of drama within a group that unintentionally there might be a bit of responsibility Axel's feeling for starting and Blood for kind of like asking some questions. But in terms of how they're feeling, you don't get the sense they're keeping anything. There's no like, wahaha, we knew this all along and now we're going to reveal Jonor's other dark secrets. It genuinely seems like they were innocently asking questions about shit Killian had told them.
Yep. Fair enough.
Tithla's looking very unwell. There is Tithla is not looking good. In terms of
Styx?
Killian, Styx is not with you. Styx is outside with
Catch up with him
Irina.
later.
Yeah, I can. I'm
insight for him too.
I'm happy to have Styx. I'm happy to have Styx come in at this point. As Styx wanders back in, sees you kind of all standing around.
Hello. What is going on?
We are sharing secrets and telling things about each other that we do not know. Do you have anything you'd like to share with the group that you've not told us yet?
You watch as Styx turns around and walks back out.
Oh yeah, no. Inside check seems totally normal. Nothing to conceal.
He seems busy. Seems like there's some subroutine ticking over at the moment that's keeping him busy.
I'll deal with him. I'll deal with him later. That was my stakes.
Killian. As you look at Killian, how is Killian feeling?
A little bit sheepish.
Yeah, fair.
Realizing how much trouble he's probably caused.
Yep.
And how he's possibly maybe what's the word I'm looking for? Misused the trust that Jonor's given him again. Jonor trusted him with his life before, and I stabbed him in the back. And he trusted me to be there when he was having the secret conversation with Madame Ava, and I just spilled everything.
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
Something about the Abbey, it brings out the backstab.
Yeah, it's all this goodness around. You feel a need to subvert it with betrayal. But yeah, so there's sheepishness comes through. Are there any secrets Killian's keeping? There is one thing I can think of that you haven't shared, but I don't think it's because you're keeping it secret. I think it's just because you've not remembered. During your conversation with Matt, and it's also not a secret only you have. During your conversation with Madame Ava, the most recent one with you and Jonor, you both had noticed a certain item that she was carrying. And I was
going to bring up.
Yeah.
Was that the pendulum thingy that she was using to mark on the map like a shrine?
Yeah, the dowsing coin medallion necklace. Just wondered how much of that you would share. Because I don't want to say. Well, I don't want to say too much because there's something else around there as well. But if you guys don't remember it, then your characters don't.
I listened to the episode because I was trying to figure out things, and the Cyclone episode when I came in halfway.
Yes.
I didn't actually hear that there was a book, a tome in the werewolves thing, and so that one slipped past, and I realized that this week. So, I'm going to raise that with the party, guys. We think we may have missed something in the werewolves den. We should grab along the way. There's a tome that could be of significance. We did hear about, so need to head past there at some point. Killian, do you remember what it was? All she did was mention the book.
Are we just your librarians now? You just remember a book and we just got to go and fetch it?
I mean, they're helpful books. Like, you got teleportation, and this one's got all my spells, so yeah.
Yes, it was quite an important book. It was along with Madame Ava had that strange thing that they used to do the scrying as well.
Yeah, it was drawn to the location.
It is something that might be important to the downfall of one or both of the brothers, possibly.
I thought some things related to Styx's development. There was like his final piece, perhaps. It was things needed. Yeah, things needed for us to progress. Like tools that would be very helpful, I think she said.
Well, going on the assumption of the forging that Styx has gone through, and the fact that there's this big light sword that now comes out of their sort of wrist, it would be safe to assume that if this is a piece for them, then that piece will help us defeat the evils.
Yeah.
Madame Ava mentioned to me about a sword made out of light at one point that one of us needed to wield. I don't fancy picking Styx up and wielding Styx, but maybe Styx can wield themselves.
Blood can't wield Styx.
Checks out.
I think you have, haven't you? I think you swung Styx at someone at some point.
Yes. Can do again.
Maybe we can ask Victor to take us to the werewolf den just so we can grab that quickly, because the werewolf den is well out of our way if we're planning on going to this where this hag is.
What is closest to us now? Hag, maybe?
Well, I have to go get that child again from the werewolf den and heal her, and I also have to get to Vallaki and get the oils and come back here first. So we have some time around here before I'm. If you want to go to the werewolf den and retrieve the girl, while I go to Vallaki and get the oils for Grina? We could two birds, one stone that.
Oh, that sounds good.
This is something
makes sense.
I was not paying attention for like the last 5 minutes or so, but if you had something else to do with the werewolf den, that would sync up pretty well.
That was basically it.
Oh, so you're going for the girl? You're talking about the girl?
No, we're getting there's a tome there that actually could be very helpful for defeating, people in this land in there, which I just amnesia'd.
Well, then yeah, go get that. Grab the girl for me. And then bring her back here. I'll meet you back here. I'll cast a spell to try and save Grina. Cast a spell to save the girl. Away we go. Then we go see the hag.
We teleport to werewolf, or we go?
Or you have to teleport to the werewolf, yes. Or you'll be gone for like 5 days.
Good.
I'm sure Victor can do the magic, or maybe Jonor.
Not my wheelhouse. Victor?
Maybe you could drop me off.
So Victor's currently not with you. Victor headed upstairs to the library and to where Vasilka, the flesh golem, is.
Tithla, I thought you were coming with me to Vallaki to see Father Petrovich. Do you not miss Daddy Petrovich?
No, I really want to go and visit Daddy. But if this is going to speed things up to try and get the kids back, then this is what we need to do.
Well, no, that would slow things down. If Victor can teleport, that'll be by far the fastest. The werewolves are already delivering the dead children. We just need to collect the alive children.
Okay, then fuck this book. Let's go. You're awake. Let's go. They'll work themselves out.
Is Giant Eagle big enough to carry Tithla?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, I figured it would be.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, well, then that sounds like a plan. Yes, you will go to the werewolf den, collect the tome, collect the child, come on back to the abbey. I'll fly. It'll take me less than what it'd probably be as the eagle flies, like 8 hours to Vallaki from here, 12 hours maybe.
Yeah, more 7 to 8. You guys aren't that far away.
Yeah.
I've pulled you back onto the main map just so you can kind of see where you are. Give you a bit of lay of the land. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, you're not too far at all from Kresk to Vallaki.
You got a bit of a height advantage too. You're not going to be flapping too hard. You can kind of ride.
Yeah.
The thermal as you head down. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll zip to Vallaki, see the father, get the oils. I hope he has some wise words for Tithla. Help her out and get us both back. Save the children. Theo's putting all those eggs into that will help Tithla basket. And we'll go from there.
Sounds good.
Fine by me. Oh, we'll go get Victor. I'm sure he's happy with that. Hey, Victor, can you come down here, please?
Yes. You hear the sound of footsteps coming down the stairs, and you watch as Victor emerges, a few tomes tucked under his arm, which as he sort of rubs his eyes a little bit and goes, how can I help? What's going on?
So you know how we both mutually love tomes? There could be one that's real helpful back in the werewolf den that we just didn't grab. So, you sort of teleported us back here. Could you do that to the werewolf den and back again? That'd be really helpful if you could.
I don't have a teleportation circle in the werewolf den itself, but I can teleport back to my cave at the top of the mountain, and then I could cast Fly or Dimension Door, get us down to the bottom, be a bit quicker.
Look, that works for me.
Okay, who's
How
coming?
many people can you take from that Dimension Door?
How many do you need?
Oh, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inclusive of you.
And 6 when you hit the girl.
And 6 coming back.
6 won't be a problem.
Who now that I think about it is actually probably with the werewolves at the bottom of this mountain rather than at the werewolf den, so that works probably better.
The last conversation you guys had, she was staying with the werewolves until you could cure her.
Yeah.
So she's still with them.
Yeah.
I will do a quick reminder because chat are very keen to know what was in Grinner's journal. Yes, I know the contents of Grinner's journal. If you did want to discuss it, we absolutely can.
Best to do this now, or
Raph won't mind. I promise he won't mind.
Well, how about we see if my spell works for saving Grinner from his preserved liver? If it does, we can let him read it out. If it doesn't, then we'll read it in his honor.
I think that's very, very considerate.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, who is going with Jonor to the werewolves and to the den? Everyone but Theo and Tithla. Cool. And Theo and Tithla, you're going to be flying down to the village of Vallaki. Awesome.
Who's bringing the dead to Kresk?
Werewolves.
So some of them split off. So some are at the den at the bottom of the mountain.
2 werewolves are currently taking a cart, like a sled, carrying a sled behind them with the bodies.
And just dumping the child corpses at the
gates of the abbey. Yeah. No, not at the town. At the abbey. They were told to take it to the abbey.
Which is through Kresk, right?
Through the town, yeah. So let's go past Sergeant Gavel with a sled full of child corpses.
Ain't got no time for no wolverine either. As he lowers his crossbow. Unleashes some bolts.
That's the point, actually. I think I will stay in the abbey so that I can, or make my way down to Kresk so that I can be there when the werewolves turn off, so they don't just get attacked.
It's probably not a bad idea.
That's a good
idea. Have a really long conversation with Sergeant Gavel.
That would be good for all of us. Yeah.
It's you could just let Styx go do that.
Bring Styx with you to go talk to Sergeant Gavel. Be sure to include Styx in that conversation because he needs a lot of practice talking to people.
Really just defer to them.
Yeah.
I'm also really impressed that we're splitting the party 3 ways. That's nothing could go wrong whatsoever.
Yeah.
Nothing could go wrong.
There's still
always if you can't grin his liver.
Hey, because he's dead.
So, let's stick with Jonor, Axel, Blood to start with. No. Yeah. So, Jonor, Axel, Blood, and Victor. As you gather in the front yard, you can see where Victor had teleported you to the abbey previously. There is the remains, half buried under the soil, of an ancient teleportation circle. Victor will explain this as he takes you on over.
I already was able to teleport here because I knew that there was a circle here that had been set up long ago, still partially active. Otherwise, it would have been much harder to teleport here, just out of the blue. But if you help me clean this up, it will be far more stable. We will not appear in the air and drop down a little bit this time.
I swear I won't get in your way this time doing your teleportation.
That's quite all right.
Blood will sweep. Make good.
Takes you a very short amount of time to clear away the dirt, rubble, plant life that has taken over these stones. And underneath you can see arcane runes, not painted, etched, embossed into the stonework itself. A teleportation circle built into the side of what looks like probably was once some sort of tower or something near the abbey that has since collapsed or crumbled away, leaving only the floor underneath it. And with this teleportation circle still partly intact, just within the boundaries of the abbey. With that, you watch as Victor summons the magic and then casts teleport. You feel that weightlessness once again as you find yourselves whisked away. Light flashing before your eyes, stomach dropping out from underneath as you then stumble to a halt into what looks like a large cavern. You can see there are stalagmites and stalactites, water dripping from the roof onto the floor, the smell of musk and mold and damp pervades this cavern. You watch as Victor kind of pauses for a second, looking around and goes, "Right, I cast. I was expecting my home here, but I'd already cast the spell. Back at the abbey. Right, we have some options to get down. I can cast Dimension Door, which will get us to the base very, very quickly, or I could cast Fly on all of us, give us a chance to fly over. Where do we need to go first?"
Rendezvousing with the werewolves with the child probably makes the most sense. So if we go a fly, we can spot them from the air. Okay. Let's do that.
I can do that. Hold still. Again, you watch as Victor traces runes in the air. As he does so, he moves around behind each of you, drawing on the mid part of your back as you feel his finger trace the outline of some spell, following along these lines and curves. And a moment later, you watch as this energy crackles to life behind you, forming these wings of crackling lightning that spring from your shoulder blades. As you give them a bit of a flex, you find yourselves lifted up very gently off the floor before slowly falling back down again. With that, with your flying speed intact, you were able to take off from the side of the mountain. It doesn't take you long. Actually, no, let's see. Could you please roll me a perception or investigation check to see how quickly you do spot the werewolves? Good question. Just realized I was giving you guys some free. 26! Jonor, you already know where you're going. You've seen this in one of your visions as you've drawn the cards before. You know exactly where you're headed. Also, you have been to where they sort of were setting up their initial den. Like, you know where you're going. 16.
Sort of on the map.
Also good. Yeah, sort of on the map, yeah. Your little compass at the top of your UI has a red dot straight ahead. You know where you're going. You're just following the mini-map at this stage.
The objective? Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. It's a Skyrim objective. It shows you exactly where to go and how to get there. Like, there's no clue finding or way finding. It's just right there. As you lead the others down the side of the mountain towards the werewolf den, you see the werewolves in wolven form moving around the mouth of the den, ducking away as they see these flying forms overhead before slowly beginning to emerge again. And you watch as one of the wolves, this enormous, almost like timber coloured wolf, these sections of brown and grey fur, begins to slowly transition back. You recognize her as Zuleika. And as she stands there before you, looking up as you slowly fly down with the Mad Mage, she shakes her head. "I'll be fucking damned. So, the Mad Mage, I presume." You watch as Victor nods. "I would prefer if you just called me Victor, but yes." "Right, well, I'm guessing you lot did it then. We're all good?"
We're all on good terms. Victor's being very helpful for us at the moment, actually. He's kindly generated times and spells. The our werewolf friend, our little wolfling. How is she?
Iris, she's okay.
Yeah.
She's just resting at the moment. Why?
Well, we need to get her all healed up. Just making sure she's okay to travel with us.
Yeah. I'll go get her. You might want to have a bit of a talk to her.
Oh, okay. Why's that? You've got a question on your voice.
Not my place. Not my place. Not my business. I'll go get her. You can have a talk to her. With that, you watch as Zuleika heads inside the cavern, emerging a moment later with a young girl. She has dark auburn hair, this sort of ruddy red brownish color, quite dark, cut quite roughly around at her shoulder level, some of it tied back into a very loose kind of bun. You can see that she has some scratches on her arms, bruises on her knees. She's dressed in a tunic that is obviously meant for someone a lot bigger than her, probably meant for an adult, and it's been tied off around the waist with a makeshift belt made of rope. And as she emerges from the cavern following Zuleika, she looks up at all of you a bit quizzically and goes, I think I remember you. You were at the cave, right? Is Tithla with you?
We were at the cave. She's off helping another friend of ours at the moment.
Okay.
Did you want to speak to her?
I just wanted to say thank you. She was really nice to me when I was scared and confused.
Tithla has a heart of gold, that little girl. Well, you
don't realize what you've done there by saying that, but we've got another character in the Wednesday session whose entire thing is that he has a heart of gold, possibly stolen. So it's just funny. And Tithla and Harry, the character, have very similar kind of vibes at times.
That is a big old
just
coincidence.
Entertaining. Good. I love it. Good link. But yeah. Thank you.
So if you'd like to, give thanks to her yourself, we very well could do that. And honestly, that's one of the things I was hoping you would do.
Yeah, I'd love to say thank you to Tithla. Is she... Watch as she looks around. Is she here?
She's not here, but she's going to be returning back to an abbey up on the hill, probably in maybe end of today, in a day's time. So we're hoping you'd like to. Well, how do you feel?
Good. I feel good. I had some time with Zuleika. We talked through some things, and I was able to transform back.
That's very impressive. You're under control, it sounds.
Yeah. You watch as Zuleika and he goes, practicing. We're getting there. It's not going to be an easy one. It's going to take some time to master it, but she's making progress. Yes.
Well, do you remember where you were maybe say a couple weeks ago or a couple months ago? How's your memory?
My memory's fine. I was with my mum, my dad, and with my family.
Do you wish to see them and live with them?
No, I'm happy here.
Oh, okay, sure. Well, this sounds like something quite personal for you. We just want to give you the option of, if you want to return to your family, that's something we can do for you.
No, they're not my family anymore. Zuleika and her wolves are. They're my family.
And you are happy being wolf as well?
Yeah. My sense of smell, I can smell everything. I can hear everything. And I'm strong and I'm fast. And I heal really quickly.
So the black dog is with you too then?
Yeah.
Good. He will look after you.
Yeah. She's nice. He? She?
She?
I don't know.
They?
Yeah. But Zuleika's really nice. She's been taking care of me this whole time, and she always looked out for me when I was in the den.
It was just better with her around, and now she's here, and now that Emil is back as well, they're like my real parents, but better.
You say real parents? Your parents back in town. I'm sure they'd love to see you.
I don't know. I don't think they would. They weren't very good. We never had enough to eat. We were always having to work. My father was always so... I don't know how to describe it, but he's always really mean. Emil, he's lovely. He's gonna show me how to hunt a deer and tear its throat out later.
Oh.
Those are very impressive skills. Oh, this is a tricky one.
I love that Jonor is the one stuck with this.
In the realm of good and evil, I've studied many of these things.
Jonor, there's a child here you need to acquire. And
yeah, sorry, you can't buy it. God. That'd be so much easier. We could buy our way out of all our problems.
I'm so sorry, mate. I couldn't resist. It was low-hanging fruit. I'm so sorry.
That is so good. Well, you can learn to do those things, but would you also want to say you can't just abandon family? So we don't abandon each other. I gesture around to.
But I've got a new family now.
But you need to consider your old family as well. If you just take off, they'll be worried sick about you. Imagine if No,
they won't.
I doubt Zuleka would.
They won't be worried sick about me. Last time I ran away, they didn't even notice.
Do you have any siblings?
Yeah.
How many?
I have a question for the Owen.
For the Owen, yes. He is also here. I'll fetch him.
Owen.
I'll fetch you.
The Owen.
I'll fetch you. Yeah. So.
I'm trying to remember when we went to the homestead of where the girl was.
Yeah.
Because that was obviously Tithla that did a lot of that.
Yeah, that was the 24th of Feb we did that.
That was the 24th of Feb? You had that marked in your diary? Very good.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, hell yeah. That's incredible.
Hang on, don't give him too much kudos. That's just writing on a page. It means nothing.
I mean, it's better than what I'm doing. I'm just all big braining it. I think was Blood a part of that? Was it just because Tithla?
Tithla.
Just Tithla. Was it? I swear there was someone else that came.
It's Styx.
Yeah,
Styx was there as well.
Styx didn't really, and Tithla and Styx didn't do a lot of comparing of notes afterwards. So Styx was the one who went inside and chatted to the family a little bit, while Tithla went outside and looked around, following the tracks and things like that. And so Styx got a bit of a vibe of what the family life was like, and he kind of got some hints that maybe it wasn't all great at home. So he gave them a whole bunch of money. Try and fix this.
Like a lot of money.
Yeah, like 100 gold pieces, I think it was. To try and fix their poverty issues. Yeah, I think he just handed over most of the party gold that he had on him.
Yeah. But now they have a nice house in town, so but that's fine. I'm sure it's not as much as Jonor would pay for her. Right.
It's fine when Styx gives all that money, but little old Jonor, level 1.
Oh no, that's a really good point. That wasn't Iris's family. That was Jade's family. That was the other girl.
Yeah. Oh shit! I thought it was Iris's
so you guys
family.
Don't know anything about Iris's family. That's a really good point, Tricking. Thank you very much.
Good memory, Tricking. Well done.
And is Jade one of the dead children?
Yeah, literally all of the other ones are dead.
Yeah.
Well, not all of the other ones. Jacob, you've forgotten that you saw one of the one that Styx told to revert, the young boy, sprint off in his human form after he reverted and disappeared into the undergrowth, and no one has done anything about that since.
He'll be fine. He'll get up. It's okay.
I wouldn't love the woods.
Did Tithla see that? I don't think Tithla saw that.
To be fair, Tithla was on the ground going, save the kids, kill the kids.
Yeah, that's right. Tithla didn't see
Children fare so well in this Fallage Woods.
They do. That's very true.
That,
I'm sure
it's
he's
not
fine.
like, the trees have bones and blood and other horrifying things just at the base of them.
Iris is 13.
Around the forest or anything like that. It's fine.
Great insight there, Jacob. What about those boys that went spreading off in the woods?
Tom Adds, he was 7. Any other questions?
We didn't have any.
Just read out the diary entry, man. I just want to know all about it.
Jade is 11.
Thank you.
No, she's dead.
Oh,
Was 11.
She was 11
last dance.
And
before
will be
you killed
forever.
her. Before you killed her. Yeah.
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 Sweet. Sick. Cool. Well, no, okay. That's good.
Yeah, to be fair, like buying children seems a lot less bad than just arrowing them in the back. Hey.
At least with Tithla it was quick. Huh?
Was it though?
That's what the transfer of cash was also quite quick.
Yeah, ETA, EFT. Yeah.
Jonor paid in NFTs. It's a real problem, actually.
NFTs.
They're worthless now. They instantly lost value because they never had
paid
it.
for
Yeah.
like $10 million PayPay coins, like
Grung coin.
some some meme currency.
Yeah. Fuck you know. Yeah, so that's something you as the players know, but you as the characters clearly forgot about that child who ran off, and I just thought as a funny aside, I was like,
I never knew he existed. So
no, that's true. It's not on you. Not on you. The others all did though. No, actually, the others all didn't. Only Styx, Tithla.
No,
and...
Tithla was in a psychotic break again.
Who else was with Styx and Tithla in that moment?
Jonor was.
Jonor.
So Jonor's the only one.
So, well, Styx.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Blood and Axel were at the back.
You guys had rushed forward with Killian at that point, I think. You'd already moved further into the cavern, so you missed his revert. Yeah, unfortunately.
All right, so we got Iris in front of us, and she's 13.
Yes.
Okay, so that's starting to be old enough to be able to make some intuitive things.
Are you sure?
Like identifying poor behavior.
Are you sure about that? Is 13 the age of like, yeah, I'm an adult now, I can vote? Let's go.
I'm not saying that at all.
Adult crime, adult time.
I think it's time. Yeah.
For those then, so yeah, 13 would be considered old enough.
The reason the Australians all laughed at adult time, adult crime is that the Queensland government have run on a platform of throwing kids in jail. It's just incredible stuff. It's really funny shit where they're like, yeah, man, these kids are out of control.
To be fair, it's mostly the non-white kids.
No. Sorry.
Oh,
That's a very important consideration we need to
Just
make.
to be fair.
They're going to go to prison anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what the the current Queensland government think. Oh, it's so great living in Queensland. Yeah.
Doesn't sound great. I don't know why you would do it.
Yeah, well, it's all good. They'll be voted out soon. Don't worry. Don't worry. We'll get rid of them, just like we got rid of the others. To treat them like the rest. Yes.
Well,
anyway,
Iris. So, is there anything I can share a message with the family that you've changed paths? But look, me knowing any parents, they're going to be absolutely terrified that their child is missing. So, just letting them know that you're gone at least.
They won't even notice. There's so many kids. Like I've got 2 younger brothers. I've got an older sister. I've got a younger sister. They're not even gonna notice. They never noticed when I was there. They've never noticed when I've gone missing before. They're not gonna notice now.
You care about your siblings then?
You watch as she shrugs a bit sheepishly.
Would pass message on, just to let them know that you are safe. Just for closure, yes?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, let them know that I'm alright, but I'm not coming back. I'm really happy here.
Okay. That's okay.
You look strong. You strong? You strong enough to be out here?
Yeah, and I've got my pack.
And what about your family? Are they strong enough to be out here? The ones you left behind?
No.
Are they strong enough to look after themselves?
Well, they have so far.
Do you think that they might be stronger if they had someone like you there to protect them?
Whose fucking side are you on?
Certainly not the side of people can make their own decisions. Maybe. I don't know. Make me a persuasion check, Axel. It's fucking good, mate. Well done.
It's my strong suit.
I know it is.
So persuasive.
4. To be
Wow.
fair, you are talking to a teenage girl, so like your ability here to convince her as an old gnome, probably not the best.
I just want to be clear, she's taller than him.
Oh yeah.
Wait, what's the exact height stats for Iris
Yeah.
and Jade?
So Iris,
With
she's
Jade.
13, so she's
I was asking Jade.
probably.
I need it from his notes.
Jade's
From the diary entry.
Yeah. You have to answer this, Jacob, not me.
Iris is about average. Yeah, it's crazy. Yep.
That's average.
For
Yeah.
a 13-year-old.
Please elaborate.
Yeah.
It's about like around the middle. So it's like if you take sort of.
No.
most
I want a number in
you're like-
centimeters right now.
Yeah,
Number in
I
centimeters
want
right now.
I want a number.
Oh, number in centimeters. All
Yes.
Right, Google.
Yeah.
13.
I'll take
It's gonna be about 120 to 130 centimeters.
Old girl height.
He's actually
Please,
he
no
has
one.
slow. He's typing to
Nope.
read that out at that
I'm not
speed.
going to type and wait. That would be weird.
Whoa.
Google, thank you.
It's like
Yikes.
we kind of do ours in centimeters and in foot/inches, so it'd be about
So it'll be 61.8 inches or 157 centimeters.
57. That's pretty tall. Are you
Yeah, that's
sure?
like 151.
Are you looking at the
Oh my
AI
God.
summary at the top? Because if you are, it's going to be wrong. He
Yes,
is.
I am.
Fuck, don't look at the Google AI summary. It is wrong. It is wrong about a lot of shit.
Okay, according to Healthline,
Okay, I trust Healthline.
we now have to search. Oh, here we go. Age 50th percentile for girls. Here we go. Let's see if these numbers ring a bell. 61.8 inches or 151 centimeters.
Okay, fine. All right, fine.
Fuck you.
I love D&D. What a great dungeons exploration.
Yeah.
He's pretty much right on 5 foot. So
that's about right, because my daughter's not far off of being 13, and she is just under 5 foot.
There you go.
What is happening?
Harrison, how old is your son? Just to add some more flavor to this conversation.
Yeah. How tall's your baby? How tall's your few months old? Come on, how tall is he? Centimeters. Go get a ruler and measure him. You won't need a tape measure. Ruler will do. How many jelly
if anyone's
beans is he?
interested-
No,
If
we're not.
anyone's interested, Jade was 5 inches shorter.
Okay,
okay, all right.
there you go.
Wow.
Okay.
How old is Jade again?
I so deeply regret making that gag.
Yeah.
Premiere horror campaign, everyone. Here we go.
If you are also surprised by how long this bit's been going on, you now have to subscribe. Let's get something good out of this. You have to subscribe and comment below where everything went wrong. I'd love to know for next time. Please help me.
So is Axel
Help me.
looking up or down? I need to know.
He's looking up. He's looking up.
I'm only 80 centimeters tall, so I'm definitely looking up.
Fucking short.
So short.
I think that's like roughly the size of said baby.
Axel's your baby is all I've taken away from this.
Wow, Killian is currently suffering from chronic back pain from hiding behind you.
Yeah, it's not happening.
You're like lying prone on the ground.
Are you limboing?
The shield does a lot of work to add to the height.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
For those interested, Thomas was about 123.
So we're going to carry on with the session. That's gone on long enough. As Axel looks up at Iris. That's what that was all for, to know whether he was looking up or not. That's what. How long was that? Yeah, as you look up at her, you wag your finger. You watch as she looks down and goes like, I don't know. That's not my responsibility to look out for them. I don't have to. I've spent my whole life having to like work on the farm to do stuff for them that like I finally have something that's good for me. I'm gonna do it.
Have you found they've been looking down at you?
You've been sitting on that. Tom's been sitting on that this whole time. That's what he was laughing at before, was his own joke. And he was like, I got to wait for an opportunity to say this. Yeah, I can see him nodding. So podcast listeners, if you're wondering why you can't hear Tom right now, it's because Tom can't even breathe. He's enjoying his jokes so much.
He's crying.
He's actually sobbing. He's gone. He's actually off screen. I think Tom needs a bit of a moment. He's really enjoying this. Yeah. I felt like I looked down on me. He's turned his camera off. He actually has had to leave for this. Fucking.
Because he peed his pants.
Yeah, I think he's going to go change his pants.
Oh. Wow.
Oh, that was quick. He's just taking them off.
He hasn't got far to go. He's already in the toilet.
It's true.
It's a
callback.
Now.
Wow.
Oh my god. Yeah, I do feel like they have. Like looking down on me, like treating me like I'm a possession more than a person. I've got my own stuff I want to do. I'm old enough now to make my own decisions. I'm gonna be staying with Zuleika and with Emil. They like me. They take care of me. I like them.
I look over to get the reaction of the two werewolves.
You can see, at this moment, you've only got Zuleika there with you. Emil and the other werewolves are either still inside the den or somewhere out hunting. You watch as Zuleika, who's in sort of human form, nods and does a bit of a wry smile and goes, I've tried to tell her that she needs to go home, that she needs to go back to her family. It did not go down well. Look, she's safe with us. She's one of our pack. And Emil and I, we couldn't have children. We will absolutely treat her like our own. And if she ever changes her mind, if she ever wants to go back, we'll make sure she gets there safely.
I am curious if I believe her.
Do you want to make an insight check?
I'm pretty sure I do.
You're historically good at these.
Yeah.
13. You don't get the sense she's lying, Jonor. There's a sadness there when she said that she and Emil always wanted children but couldn't have them. That sadness, that moment of introspection definitely seems real. You think that's true. When she said she's going to take care of her, you believe that. Yeah, I mean, everything seems above board. She seems to be telling the truth.
Well, I would never want to treat anyone like they're my possession, and I have never acted that way before, and I continue to not do that. At least could you...
Weird thing to say.
Could you...
It's for you. It was for specifically you, Jacob. Not for anyone else.
It's so weird to say, specifically, given all the evidence to the contrary.
Yeah, I feel like Axel has heard rumor and looks at Blood and rolls eyes at that statement. I'm pretty sure someone in passing has talked about children.
I don't think it was in passing. I think it was explicit.
They did.
Can we at least know who your parents are, so we can just let them know? So just try to reduce the grief they'd have.
Yeah, my dad's name is Zach. My mum's name is Ethel. They live just south of Alaki.
Okay. Well, look, all right, we'll leave you be then. Appreciate you. It's a hard conversation, so appreciate your honesty and, opening up. That's very kind of you. Very strong.
All right. Make sure if you see Tithla, thank her for me. And if I get a chance to see her, I'd love to thank her myself. She really helped me when I was struggling.
We will pass message on.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Speaking of which, we are heading back to Old Wolf Den. Anything you need from there still?
You watch
Zuleika as well?
Sorry. Yeah, you watch as Zuleika sort of looks a bit confused and goes, there's nothing there. We cleared that place out. There'll be nothing left there. Why? What are you after?
There is I look at Jonor, like a tome book.
There's a tome there, which could be of significance in, our upcoming adventures.
See book at cave at all?
We have some. Yeah, I mean, we had some books that we'd recovered from adventurers who'd come through, other places as well. I think we'd done a raid on the old Wizard's Tower at one point. Yeah, we've got some books. I mean,
you have books here?
I don't know if we've got the book you're after, but we've got books here if you want to pick through and see what you can find.
We look through, yes.
Yeah, you can do that. That's not a problem. Come in. I'll show you to where the crates of that sort of stuff are, and you can pick through at your leisure, see what you need to find. If it's there, you can take it. It's all right. Least I can do. You gave me back a meal. It's the least I could do to repay you.
The tower is safe. Mad Mage is no mage. Not Mad Mage anymore. Good. Safe now.
Oh, that's good to hear. Pleased that you've got Victor feeling himself again.
She sort of eyes Victor a bit warily. Victor sort of just does a bit of a sad sigh and a shrug. It seems like he's resigned himself to people kind of treating him a bit differently for the next little bit, those who know him as the Mad Mage. Awesome. Blood, Jonor, Axel, as you guys head inside, let's jump over with Theo and Tithla. As the two of you, I'm hoping to run out the clock so I don't have to do Sergeant Gavel and Styx's voice, Josh, just full disclosure.
That's all right, what happened to wait?
As you make your way on feathered wings, riding swiftly through the air. Do you make that noise on the back of Theo while he's in eagle form?
No, that was Theo making the noise. I don't know what you're talking about.
Theo, you're in charge of this.
Oh, and you just said that you were trying to drag this out a fraction. I'm sorry for trying to help.
No, without being a stickler, I don't think eagles make a caw sound.
That's seagulls.
It's more of like a...
That was really good. That was really good.
Thank you for the feedback. I appreciate it. It was constructive, unlike Owen, who just tried to tear me down.
I did try to tear you down, but only so you could be built up better, because there's a lot of building better we could do. So, Theo, as you catch the wind, Tithla riding on your back, clutching onto your feathers around the nape of your neck, nestled in between the shoulder blades, Tithla. It's a pretty rough ride. Every time Theo flaps his wings, you're kind of squashed a little bit in between the shoulder blades of Theo's giant eagle form, holding on for dear life as he swoops. I'm guessing the plan is to go as quickly as possible, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I get a constitution check from Theo? And Tithla, could I please get a, I'm going to call this either an athletics or acrobatics check, your choice.
Would it be better if I just held you in the talons?
Claws? Yeah, probably.
Then, yeah, I'll just do that, and you can fly like Superman. You don't need to spider monkey this.
How? Can you not fly Dracob yet?
No.
Not yet, no.
Dracob can fly, but I can't ride him while he's flying.
So close. It's like, what,
I
one
can
more
ride
level,
him while
two
he's
more
running.
levels? Yeah.
Yeah, it's not long.
Alright, yeah, well, so I'll just grab my talents so there's no risk of him tumbling off, or her tumbling off, and
yeah.
I'll roll the con for you.
In that case, then, yeah, just a con check. I believe.
I actually think I have plus to that when I'm in wild shape form.
It'll be giant eagle stats. So you should, because you're using the con of the giant eagle. I believe. Oh no, it's the new druid using that.
But I also get a +5 with I get my wisdom added to my con save throw while in wild shape.
Oh, of course you do. Yep.
So I just check if the giant eagle has a higher con than me. It
giant
does not.
Eagle,
so
nope, doesn't. 13.
So add 5 to this bad boy. I don't know why I rolled it twice.
16 plus 5 takes you to 21. That's not bad at all. You have no trouble keeping the pace, moving swiftly through the air. With Tithla clutched in your talons, you've got the full range of motion with your wings, which allows you to duck and weave through the air rapidly, to catch the winds, to ride the thermals wherever they emerge, allowing you to get to Vallaki pretty quickly. The journey takes you 6 hours to arrive.
Whoa.
And nothing comes and attacks me like the last time I did this flight?
Nothing comes and attacks you like the last time you did this flight. You are doing this flight at midday, so it is night by the time you arrive. Your keen senses picking out the lights emerging from the town, the firelight from windows, the glow of the town reflected in the lake before you as you land. Actually, that's a good question. Are you landing inside the palisade walls, or are you landing outside and attempt to come in? What's the plan here?
I was thinking I'll just like tuck the wings and just fucking bomb it straight in and like just pull out of the dive last minute and then dramatically pop back down as Theo as I land.
In that case, then, where in Vallaki are you landing?
Beeline for the church.
Beelining for the church. Okay, so like in the graveyard area of the church.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's got a decent area to land. It's a known spot for me to target.
Open, clear area, not a lot of trees to provide potential hazards as you crash into them.
Yeah.
As you drop from the sky rapidly, pulling up into a dive, your wings suddenly bursting to the sides as you feel this gust of wind. Tithla, you get a bit of like almost whiplash from this as Theo comes to almost a direct stop with you clutched in the talons. As you are then dropped onto the ground in front of the church, in front of the gravestones. Theo landing on the soft loam beside you, taking on that satyr form once again. As Theo lands next to you, coming up into a bit of a roll, the two of you stand before the church. You can hear the sound
I rolled a
of music.
1 on that X save for that landing.
Tithla, you go head over heels, slamming into one of the gravestones, cracking your head against it with this sudden thump.
Does that fix her?
No, that's not how that works. You are going to take... that's going to be 4 points of bludgeoning damage. I rolled it myself. All good. Quick and easy one. Keep it moving. 4 points of bludgeoning damage as you smash into the gravestone, coming up as Theo sort of leans down, picks you up by the scruff of your neck, and stands you back on your feet. The sound of organ music drifts from inside the church. You can hear faint voices singing along, not perfectly in tune, but following the general gist of the music, shall we say.
It was Petrovich, the priest, wasn't it? I'm remembering his name,
Father
right?
Petrovich, yeah.
All right, cool. Daddy, yeah, come along. We must act relatively quickly. If we are quick here, we may have time to swing past and see Aasimar. I think he would like to possibly know his sister is safe, and then we must be on the way.
Yeah, also, we need to ask if there's any other stores that have any supplies. Maybe we could go and get some from there.
What, for the more resurrections?
Yeah.
I mean, we do not need any more. We have all the... I guess possibly having one up our sleeve is probably sensible.
Well, it depends on how many he's got here. Anyway, let's go.
Well, the mage could... the abbot could handle all of the dead wolf children, right? And we handle one for Grinner, and that's all we need, right?
Okay. I mean, that makes sense. I just kind of wasn't paying 100% attention to how many we had and needed, so I just thought more would be better. But if we're good, we're good.
No, I mean, like I said,
someone, that's fine.
I suspect one of us will die eventually, and then having more will help.
We don't need to rob someone just for us. I was going to do it for the kids, but that's okay.
Oh, no, we don't need to rob anyone. Or we could...
I was going to.
We kind of... This town kind of owes us for that bloodless coup. Remember, we're best friends with the burgomaster. We should be fine to get some... It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I guess why don't we just say what
There's a guy who sounds like a race car driver that we can go talk to.
Yeah, what's a race car?
I don't quite know. All right.
Race cart. I get
race cart,
carts with a couple of horses at the front, do chariot
like
racing.
Chariot.
Yeah, chariot racing. Yeah.
Oh, we didn't have that where I was from. That seems like a rich person.
I mean,
activity.
we literally rode to the Durst Manor in a self-propelling car.
Very true.
Yeah, but we didn't pay for that, so...
It's also very true.
Check and mate.
No, a small angry gnome guy.
We couldn't even afford a horse for it. Come on.
All right, into the church. Let's go see Daddy Petrovich.
Okay,
As you push in through the double doors, the wood moving on well-oiled hinges. As the doors swing open, you can see in the small hallway that leads into the large antechamber.
Go around.
What?
Dipping the holy oil on the hinges.
You said well-oiled hinges. Plenty of oil.
Yeah, there's difference.
That's an engineer joke, I guess. That's not for everyone.
Okay, fair enough. As you move inside the hallway, you can see to your right the doorway into the chapel is wide open. You can see Father Petrovich is standing at the front, leading what looks like a chorus of people singing. The church isn't packed, but it is more full than you remember. You can see some familiar faces amongst the crowd, people that you've passed by after moving through Vallaki, seeing the people here. You can also see the familiar face of Bolinski, standing off to the side, singing along as well. Not sitting down. A few people are standing. Most are sitting. Or like standing in the pews, singing along. You can see he's actually standing off to the side rather than in amongst the rest of the people, singing with a exuberant, rapt expression of joy on his face as he joins in the singing. You can see the song is just coming to an end as you get to the doors. And as the people's voices die down, the organ music begins to fade. You watch as Father Lucian stands towards the crowd, raises his hands high above his head, calls out, "Well, thank you everybody for coming. I want to thank all of you for..." Sorry, what was his voice? Oh, that's right. I want to thank all of you for joining us, the congregation, tonight. Please make your way home safely. For those of you who are joining us, morning prayers. Third, I look forward to seeing you. We have a baptism coming up as well. May the light of St. Andrew guide you. Everyone responds, the chorus of voices. With that, people begin to stand and mill out. You watch as Lucian, dressed in his long flowing robes, closes the large book on the pedestal in front of him and begins to walk through the crowd, shaking some people by the hand, patting them on the back, guiding them out as he makes his way towards the front. He soon spots the two of you. Oh, excuse me. As he rushes over to join both of you. Tithla puts a hand on your shoulder, Theo, hand on your shoulder, looks at you both. "Oh, it is good to see you are well, Theo, Tithla. I was worried we hadn't heard from you in a little bit. Not since your journey across the lake, Tithla."
Tithla just jumps at him for a big
yes.
hug.
Hello. Yes. Oh, yes, that's right. Yes, I remember. Yes, it is good to see you, Tithla. How are you? How are you both faring? Theo, I don't believe you were here last. I saw Tithla.
We need help.
Yes, we desperately need help.
Whatever you need.
Do you? We need holy oils. There's a pricey kind, unfortunately. You remember our friend Grinner, the troubled one?
Ah, yes, the
Does a
soldier.
drinking action.
As you do like a drinking action, you watch as he sort of like looks away, not wanting to acknowledge.
Yes. Yes, I remember Grinner, a troubled soul to be sure, yes.
Yes, well, he was taken. And...
holy oils for resurrection.
Yes, that's correct, yes.
Does everyone know about this spell? Like, that's crazy.
Well, he's a priest, of course he knows about the spell.
There are a number of magics that we are trained in. The ability to restore life is one of those that is entrusted to holy servants of gods and goddesses.
Can you do it? Do you know how to do it?
It is not a blessing I have received.
Okay.
But
no, I am... Oh, sorry, pardon.
Previous pastor of this church, a very, very wise, very powerful cleric by the name of Celine, she could cast spell resurrection. I believe some of her spell casting effects, some of her supplies that she would use would still be in the rectory. I have not gone through most of her stuff, I must admit. She was a strong mentor. Where is she now? Oh, she passed some years ago, and I took over from her.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, she lived to a very, very respectable 103. So I think we can be, for all of any of us to live that long, I think is a blessing. And she died peacefully in her sleep.
That's how I want to go.
Me too. That would be wonderful. Yes, her things will still be in the rectory. I'm happy to show you if you know what you're looking for. Please, anything that was used in the casting of spells of that level, I must admit my spell casting is somewhat limited, and you are free to take what you need. I had not gone through her things yet. I had no use for them.
Be wonderful. Tithla, would you like to head along to the rectory and begin searching for those?
Okay. Okay, bye.
As she scurries away, I turn to the priest. Look, I have some things to do around town, but Tithla, I am worried for her. She is not fared well in the darkness of the land, and I feel it is beyond. Well, I think we might be, too close for me to properly address this with her. Truthfully, the things about town are more of an excuse. I was hoping while she is searching for the oils, you could maybe talk to her, offer her some comfort.
Yes, of course. I will do what I can. Sometimes, though, we may feel like those closest to us, that we cannot help them, that we are too close. I have rarely found that to be true. It is those who are closest to us who can provide us with the most insight, the most guidance and comfort. But I do understand having an outside perspective and voice can sometimes be helpful. So it would be my pleasure, my honor.
Thank you, I appreciate that. She has a thing about being left behind. So if she asks, tell her Aasimar came past and needed my attention. I'll be back shortly.
I'm not very comfortable lying, but I will say that you had things you needed to do that came up.
Well, at the very least,
you mentioned suddenly.
I will be back. Yes. Suddenly, and I will be back. That is fine. You're right. Zilai was not necessary. I'm just anxious to not cause her more distress.
I understand.
Yes,
your motives are pure.
Thank you, Father.
I will check with her. She is safe while she's within these walls. And I hope everything else is going well, the rest of you. I'm sorry to hear of Grinner's passing. I hope that we can find what you need to return him. When you say he was taken, that implies
we have our work cut out for us. Yeah, it was the Count.
Ah, yes, I understand.
So Grinner is still technically around, but we have a part of him from before that transformation occurred. So I'm wondering. Look, it may fail, it may not. I don't know what will happen, but I think it's worth a try to save our friend. I know he would do that and more for me, so all I can do is try.
Yes, I must confess, I have no knowledge of whether this would work or not, but I wish you all the blessings of St. Andrew and all the luck that I have to spare.
I appreciate that, Father, and I'd give him a returned little shoulder tap and turn to make my way out. I'll swing past seeing Aasimar and maybe Gunther to see what he's got. Not that I have any money right now, but
perfect. Tithla, as you rush ahead, you actually remember running through the room. You actually don't know where the rectory is. Does Jacob know what a rectory is?
It doesn't matter.
Okay, cool.
Tithla is going to be traumatized here.
Okay.
Because
he
just quickly casts locate object.
Hell of a statement.
Runs in.
Yep.
Finds it all, grabs it all quite easily because she casts locate object.
Yep.
And I like to think she returns back to the hall just in time to see Theo leaving.
Then Theo would turn about. Oh, Tithla, you're back.
I like just as the door was shutting, right?
Okay.
Okay.
As you watch, if that's how you want to time it.
You watch his father Lucian is like just finishing the wave as he turns around, looks at him and goes,
"Oh, Tithla, have you found what you need already?"
I think so. Where's Theo? I need him to check that this is enough.
Oh, he just had to pop out. He just had to pop out. He said that there were some urgent tasks he needed to attend to, that he would be right back. But this is rather good. You found
him leaving again?
I don't think he's leaving. He is simply...
Oh, but he just... Okay, sure. Yeah, okay.
He has left this building, but he has not left this town. He has not left your life. He is just moving outside where you can see for the moment. But this is perfect. I have been meaning to have a chat with you. Do you have a moment?
I mean, not really. We're kind of in a really big hurry. That was why.
Well, it sounded like Theo had to attend to something rather quickly, and he said he would be right back for you. So, I mean, maybe you do have a bit of time on your hands now, Tithla.
Given that Tithla is now taking more increasingly chaotic actions.
Yes, you have your sanity has dropped below the levels. You have now developed a long-term madness.
I want to do a roll to see if Tithla's like, well, we have to get this back, and she just starts running.
Okay, yeah. In that case, then I think this would fall under probably more of a wisdom saving throw.
Yep. Have you got that in your mind? Whatever
I've
that
got the
number
DC.
is?
Yeah. I already knew the DC I was going to use. I set the DC and then I've added a little bit for your current
That's
sanity
13.
level. Tithla, that is the DC I had in mind. So you do meet the DC. You do meet the DC. So yeah, it was. I was like 12 is a pretty level. Like that's a pretty good level. I'd set this. Then I'll make it one harder for your current sanity level, which has dropped below 10. Just dropped below 10 for this. You feel this sudden urge rise in you, Tithla, the urge to do something, to move, to act. But Father Lucian, you've spent some time with. He helped heal you from your horrific burns. There's a calming influence that I think he probably provides you. And as that...
I think
yeah,
Tithla would go, okay, and she'd put everything down and she'd be like kind of rubbing her hands together. And she would pull her dagger out. And she would like, do you have some, is there a stick?
a stick?
Yeah, is there, I'll be right back. I'll be back for this. Okay, I'll be right back. And she just runs back out to the graveyard to grab a couple of sticks and pop them in her pocket. And she just starts carving.
As you pick
onto
up
the end of them. Yeah, nice. Just like sharpening the end of one. Just
I'm pleased Has
slowly, methodically.
The only one to laugh. Thank you, Has. I appreciate that. Yeah, as you grab the sticks, bring it back in, begin whittling down the tip.
She's going to keep doing as her repetitive activity,
almost like carving arrowheads.
Yeah, but she's just going to keep slowly working it down to
stakes.
But she just keeps going and works it down to nothing, and frustrated that this one's now gone, and gets another stick and starts going again.
Tithla, I must say, I understand sometimes it's good to be doing things with our hands, but you are currently spraying wood chips all over the floor of my chapel.
I'm sorry. I can clean that up. And
yeah, no, it's not a problem. Just wanted to make sure that you were aware of the
I guess I didn't really
bark you are currently creating around your feet.
No, I guess I am, but I didn't really think about it. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's all
really
right. You seem rather distressed, Tithla. Do you want to talk about it?
I mean, not really.
You know, sometimes when we feel like we don't want to discuss things, often those are the things that we most need to talk about. I'm sure that's been true for you in the past.
Yeah, maybe sometimes. I guess there's no way to know.
Yes, Tithla, I understand, but your other friends have returned to you, have they not? When they've had to go away?
Well, I mean, Grinner died. He didn't come back.
Well, it's not really that Grinner left then, and it sounds like you're doing everything you can to bring him back.
He walked away and then didn't come back. That was what happened. He snuck out. Anyway,
but the reason he didn't come back was because he had perished.
Yeah, and if he hadn't have left, he wouldn't have died.
Indeed, but now you are bringing him back, correct? That's what all this is for.
I guess so. It just seems like whenever people get the chance to leave me, they do.
But they do come back, do they not?
Yeah, after they've had a break. I get that I'm a lot sometimes, but
Tithla,
I get that they just need a break. I'm sorry.
Tithla, do you remember when you had to leave Vallaki after your burns had healed? We said goodbye.
Yeah.
And now you have come back before your trip across the lake, and then you left again, and now you've returned once more to see me again.
Yeah. But, yeah, sort of. I guess I was coming for things, though.
You were what, sorry?
We were coming for things. We came to get things.
Is it possible that your friends also have things that they need to do, that sometimes they need to do without you? Are there times when you have had to do things without your friends?
No.
No, and you can't imagine anything that you would want to do without having your friends there with you?
No, not really.
Maybe this is something then that, maybe when you're a bit older, perhaps this is something that you will find, things that you want to do without other people there with you?
I don't know.
Do you ever?
I'm not going to get older anyway, though, so it's okay.
You're not going to get older.
No.
Unless, of course, your magic is somehow connected to halting aging, which I'm not going to rule out. It's not something I know a lot about, but I think you probably will get older, Tithla.
Nah. I'm not going to get out of this land.
And if that's true, why do you not think you will get older?
Well, because I'll be dead.
Tithla, I want you to listen to me very carefully. People who you travel with, your friends, people who you've helped along the way, they will not let that happen. And if the worst should come to be, and you should perish, do you not think your friends would go to the ends of the earth to bring you back, like you have done for your friend Grinner?
Yeah, I guess so.
I myself will promise you right now, if there are any of these supplies left, I will learn the magic required and bring you back.
Well, I did just take everything.
Would you like to leave me with maybe a vial that I could use if the worst were to happen as an insurance policy for you?
We need... And I don't know how much we need.
Okay,
so
that's fine. Do you trust your friends to look after you?
Yeah, of course. But they need me to look after them.
Yes, absolutely. Like a family, you look after one another, yes?
Yeah. Yep.
Well, is it awful that they sometimes have to be away from you for a moment?
Yeah, yep.
Why? Why is that so awful, Tithla?
Well, it's because whenever anyone leaves, they kind of just go. There's like when we left here earlier, like that was the plan, and it was we're gonna do this stuff, and then we're gonna go, and it's gonna be okay. But there was when old mate was in the forest. He was gonna be there in the morning, and then he wasn't, and then we were coming back from the castle, and all of a sudden,
is it people leaving
like,
that distresses you, or is it not knowing the plan and not being included in the planning?
Well, no, they just leave. No, it's the leaving.
But it sounds well, but you've done that many times. You've left Vallaki, you've left this church many times. 4 times now, in fact.
Do you want me to stay here?
Tithla, I want you to do what you need to do.
Okay.
Do you want what's best for your friends? Or what's best for you?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I need what's best for them.
Sometimes what's best for them is to be somewhere else, where you are not. Does that make sense?
Not really, but I think I get the idea that maybe it's okay.
Yes, it is. There will be times where you need to go and do things without your friends. That time may be coming sooner than you think.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I will have to leave them.
Possibly, but you can come back.
Sure. Yeah.
If you want.
Thank you.
It's quite all right. Alrighty. Is there anything else you'd be doing with Father Lucian while he chats you, or just having a bit of a chat? Just
you know the kids that have been abducted?
Yes. Ismark was in here before, asking for an update.
Could you let Iris's parents know that she'll be home soon? And
that is wonderful news. Where is she? Is she on her way here with the rest of your friends?
Yeah, they're just going to. She was turned, and the rest of my friends.
She's a werewolf.
They're turning her back. She's okay. There's a group of good werewolves.
Why don't I wait to give them news until we know that she has been? I know of no way to restore a person once they're a werewolf. Do your friends?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I shall let them know that she is safe and on her way.
And
You don't think it'd be wise to wait until she has been successfully cured of her
they're there
lycanthropy?
now. She'll be here tomorrow.
I will make sure to tell them then.
Thank you. And maybe the other parents let them know that their children didn't make it.
But they're the ones who are actually going to be bringing back. Absolutely.
Oh no, I forgot about that.
No, we are going with what Tithla says, not what Jacob
100%.
is prompted to say.
Oh dear. Oh no. Well,
Tithla pushes some of the oils out of the way to get cozier.
As you move the glass across.
Oh dear. Very well. I think, unfortunately, that would best be coming from Ismark. I will speak to him, and I'm sure if you get a chance to talk to him, he would appreciate a full update on that situation.
I don't think so. It was kind of my fault.
Your fault?
Yeah.
Sometimes, Tithla, when we fail in a task.
No, I succeeded in the task.
In what task?
Well, they were werewolves, and I didn't know that they were the children.
Ah, I think I understand.
Tithla throws away the little nub that she'd been carving and gets another stick and starts shaving that one down.
You watch as Lucian sits there, places a hand on your shoulder, gives you a little squeeze, then sits back.
I think, in these moments, a cup of tea, maybe some hot cocoa, would be good.
Okay.
I'm going to get
That'd be
myself
nice.
some tea. What would you like?
Some cocoa if you have it. If
I
not,
have
just some more milk.
I can do that.
Thank
Please. If you need to leave, let me know. Otherwise, I will be back in a moment.
you. I'll just clean up this mess. Wherever
yes,
this
thank
has
you.
come from.
That would be good. Thank you.
She goes and grabs a broom and tidies up.
Let's jump over with Theo. Theo, as you make your way out the church, Tithla fades quickly from your mind, as she often does when she's not in line of sight. You feel good. What would you like to do?
Who? I don't know.
Who?
Goblins.
Completely purred.
Goblins are for murdering.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd probably head over, quick jaunt over to the center of town, swing past, see Ismark, and maybe see if I can negotiate some trade in advance. Get some more supplies for resurrections and things on tick from Gunther.
Alrighty, we'll do Ismark really quickly. Gunther, I'm happy to just say you head on over to Gunther's, you tell him what you need. He does not have it in stock, but he will do what he can to get it in stock as soon as possible.
Did he get the wine I delivered from the Wizards of
Yes, I was going to get to that. So in the center of town, as you pass by, you can see that there is a stage currently being assembled, along with what looks like what can only be described as a large wine barrel cart that has the side carved out, and you can see is being set up as like a transportable bar. On the top, a sign with Wizards of Wine is written in elegant script. There are vine motifs painted all over this barrel. You can see the horses that were at the front of the cart have been unhitched and are currently hitched up to the stocks that Grinner had been locked in as they nibble on some hay and oats. Not hay. As they nibble on some oats underneath the stocks. Some fresh vegetables in there as well. As you can see what looks like a celebration or a festival well and truly in the stages of being set up.
Cool. Let's find out what that is, because we might have to delay plans to see the hag to get pissed in Balaki.
And that is where you see Ismark currently coordinating the setup of this festival. As he spies you, you watch he kind of does a bit of a double take and goes,
Theo! Hello, my friend. How are you doing?
Hello, Ismark. Yes, I'm okay.
That's good.
Troubled times out there. Lost friends, gained new ones. But we're working on both of those. I just came past to let you know that Irina is alive, safe, thriving, helping out very well at the Abbey.
Literally my first question. Thank you. That puts my heart at ease.
I saw it as much. Yeah, no, she's very well protected there. The abbot was afflicted by some malady, but we helped him out, and now his abbey is probably the safest place in all of Barovia. So
you mentioned when you came to collect her and bring her there. I'm very pleased to hear that that's all okay.
Yes, so just wanted to swing past and let you know that. Let you know that there were some children taken from here, I believe, or
yes.
near village.
Spoke with Tithla and Styx about that. I believe they're currently out searching for those children.
Yes, we found them. Unfortunately, most had passed away, but we are trying to fix that with the abbot. That is partly why I'm in town.
Fix that.
Look, I had a time. I had to leave the group for a while. But let's say I found myself as a spellcaster, and I can resurrect the dead now.
Right. Okay.
But I needed holy oil that I did not have on hand. So that's why we talked to Father Petrovich.
Oh, you've already gone to see Lucian. Wonderful.
Yes.
Okay. Great.
But if you happen to be able to find any more of them, the holy oils, or even diamonds worth roughly, I think, what is it, 500 GP for Revivify?
Diamonds and holy oil. Holy oil. I'll have to lean on Lucian's experience there. Father Petrovich, he'll know more about what oils are holy or not. I couldn't tell the difference between lamp oil and.
I talked to Gunther as well to try and find some, but look, I wear it a tall order. And I'm aware you have a whole town to run and budgets and whatnot, but
this is to bring my people, the people that I'm here to lead and to look after back from the dead. I will do what I can, no matter how expensive it might be. This is
if you can find some, let us know.
Of course.
Work with Gunther. He said he would help gather some of those supplies. I won't be able to stay till they arrive, but
that's fine.
If you let us know via the Ravens.
Would you be anywhere near the town of Valaki in 2 days from now?
Is that once the festival will be happening?
Yes. Yes. It would be wonderful if you could all be here. I was going to send a messenger up to Kresk. We're planning on using this as a way to invite people from all over Barovia, from town in the shadow of Ravenloft.
Celebrate the bloodless coup and your election. So I think.
Well, we're actually going to be pitching this more as a celebration of the people of Barovia.
Well, that all ties together. I mean. What are people that are good leaders? That's what we went through to put someone in who actually cares. The fact that you are doing this for the people and you're taking no credit yourself really lets me know that we picked right with you. So
look, I just want to make sure.
I'll celebrate whatever I want, but I'll talk to our friends. We will endeavor to be here. We have to swing past. What was that? Drowned Town? Take care of some hag or something, but...
Drowned Town. You mean the Beres, the ruins of Beres towards the south? Yes, so once a thriving town, now sunk beneath a swamp.
Well, yes, apparently there's some manner of hag there. We're going to go, take care of the hag, and then that town can possibly be rehabilitated. Who knows?
Right. I'd heard tales of a monster in the swamps who stalks the night, haunts the dreams of those who wander too close. I'd be very careful. I mean, I know who I'm talking to. You guys will be fine, but be careful nonetheless.
I'm fine. But yes, we will definitely be careful. But that's our next to-do list. But I think coming here for the celebration, I think we could all use a little bit of time off. We've all been going a bit hard lately, I think, and once we have these children hopefully resurrected, Grinner hopefully resurrected, then maybe we can spare some time to relax for a moment before going off on our next life or death adventure.
I think that sounds good, and we would love to have you here, all of you, 2 days from now.
Brilliant. I must be back. I cannot be away from Tithla for too long. I left her in Father Petrovich's care, but
should be quite safe there.
I'm aware she'll be safe there. It's more
Oh, where he'll be safe there with her.
Oh, yeah. That, and she doesn't like to be away from us for very long anymore, so I should be getting back. But I wanted to come see you and let you know that your sister was safe, and to ask for your assistance in gathering those ingredients.
Absolutely. I'll refer to Father Lucian for Father Petrovich's his expertise there on the oils, but diamonds I can probably help with.
And I've arranged with Gunther to try to procure them from around. I took the supply from that Father Petrovich has already, but he'll know which ones to order.
Great. No, fantastic. And I look forward to seeing you all for a bit of a, what did you call it? A revel in 2 days.
Likewise, my friends. And I give him
a handshake.
Warm handshake, and then pull him in for a hug, and then pat him on the back, and head on back to the...
Don't forget to tell him that Iris is okay and she'll be back in the morning.
Well, I was just talking about the general children.
Yeah, but like specifically that one will be back.
I'm not going to say that.
How weird.
Killian, as you make your way, are you walking down from the Abbey just by yourself?
The first thing that would happen would be, once Jonor and everybody teleports out, I'll turn to whoever's closest to me, probably Styx, and be like, I'm really glad that I chose to stay, because between you and me, I hate teleporting.
I don't like it either. It makes me feel dizzy.
Yeah, it gives me a sort of weird churning feeling in my stomach, and yeah, it's not pleasant. But
I don't have a stomach, but my pneumatic pistons get all screwy.
Exactly. I'm gonna head down into Kresk to wait for the werewolves and the bodies, just to make sure that they don't get attacked on their way here. So when they enter the town, so that's where I'll be. You're more than welcome to come with me if you'd like to.
I was hoping to talk more to Irina, but I can come with you.
No, that's fine. Go speak to Irina. I don't mind going down on my own.
You watch as Luther wanders past, sort of hears you say it on your own, and goes, Killian, you heading down to Kresk?
Yeah. Want to go?
Yeah, I was hoping to catch up with what's his face, the guard we love.
Sergeant Gavel?
Yeah. I was hoping to catch up with him. Yeah. He's funny.
You want to purposefully go talk to Sergeant Gavel?
I just figured, if you're heading down, that this is what Luther would say and do. I'm trapped by the PCs that they've already had established personalities and like decision making on. I'm fucked. If I'm true to the character, I have to do this to myself. It's the worst. Yeah, I mean, he was kind of fun, and to be perfectly honest, I wouldn't mind grabbing a drink from the tavern down there. I know the tavern owner was a bit of a prick, but I wouldn't mind. No, not that kind of drink. Come on, I was hoping.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what kind of drink are you looking to grab?
Alcoholic. I was hoping for like a whiskey or something. I'm between you
and me. That's the point, actually, because the bar person there is one of the
Martikovs, yeah, one of the family of yeah.
Yeah, we could let them know about what happened with the Wizard of Wines and all of that sort of stuff.
That might not be a bad idea. And as I said, I mean, you'd think for a church there'd be at least some sort of like, I don't know, holy wines or something, but this place is pretty dry. And I don't know, feeling like
Can you drink holy things?
Absolutely not. But I figured this place wasn't really
Why would you look
holy. I was looking for wine, okay? I just thought there'd be some sort of like, I don't know, you know, like some sort of like wine that's used in ceremonies or something. Not necessarily blessed, just hoping for something tasty. But this place is surprisingly dry. I mean, and the mongrel folk have been brewing their own beer, but fuck me, do not taste that. It is hoppy, shall we say.
I will avoid it, and I will join you for a drink down in Kresk.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw them throw a hunk of venison in with the fermenting. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure what they're making, but they call it beer, and I feel like that is an affront to yeast.
Okay, well, I'm going to head down now. It sounds like you have a lot of catching up you want to do with Sergeant Gavel, so I can.
I mostly
sit there
want the whiskey, but yeah, I'm happy to come with you. And then that way, there's at least two of us, and there's some tricks I've picked up that might come in handy. Get us there in one piece. Make sure there's any. I mean, the road itself up to the monastery is not in the best condition. You remember when we first had to climb it? It's not well looked after. Might be best.
Yeah, it
if
wasn't
we
particularly easy.
Yeah. Well, look. Hey, I can walk on just solid. Like just up walls and things, so I can come with you and help you get across the chasms, is what I'm thinking.
I can make myself fly if it gets too dire, but yeah.
Oh, fuck. Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, right. Maybe then I'm just coming to hang out rather than actually, like, help you.
That's fair. Let's go then.
Sweet. Before, when you said, I mean, just thinking, you're not offering any blood, are you? I'm just checking. It's been a while since that. Nope. Cool. Let's just go. As you begin to make.
Strahd's taken enough of it. So if you
that's
want
fair.
some, I'm not opposed to it.
No, that's totally fair. I was mostly kidding to see what your response was, and now I feel bad.
That's fine. I thought you liked the bat juice box things that you used to do.
The bat priest, son.
The bats.
That's been quite tasty. Yeah, it has been good. I run out of straws though.
I mean, I could swear that if Axel was here, Axel would be putting some sort of a face at that, but...
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go.
I don't know who coined that first, Theo or Jonor, one of them, but yeah. And to be perfectly frank, I'm not seeing a lot of bats flying around this area, inside the area of the chapel. Not a lot of animals come in here, to be honest. Like deer and stuff wander through, but like ravens, bats, they tend to kind of avoid it.
If for any reason you see a raven and you think, oh, I could have a raven-sized sun thing, please don't.
No?
It might be a friend of ours.
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
You weren't with us. We learned that some of the Wizards of the Wine people can transform into ravens. So, like full ravens, not half ravens. Well, they can probably do half raven as well, but full-on ravens. So don't go eating any of them.
Okay, that is good to know. I will ask if I ever catch things that I want to drink. I will ask them very nicely to let themselves be known before I slurp up.
Yes, keep asking for consent before slurping on them is always the best course of action.
I can do that.
Okay.
Perfect. As you make your way down the side of the mountain, I'm not going to have you roleplay. You've already done this climb once before. We don't need to do it again. You're heading down with your ability to fly on command. Well, not on command, but like fly in a pinch. Luther also there to help like guide you down. It's very easy. It takes you about 3 hours to get down. It's much quicker going down than back up again. As you get to the base, you can see the town of Kresk before you. It looks like the town of Kresk has actually been through a little bit of a reshuffle. You can see some of the outer buildings are in the process of being deconstructed and moved behind a palisade wall that is in the process of being erected around the town and near that central front gate. The back gate that leads up towards the Abbey at Kresk is actually currently blockaded off, and you have to walk around the edge of the palisade wall to get to the front gate to be able to get in. As you get there, you see a familiar face directing the construction. A grizzled guard dressed in a dented breastplate, 2-day stubble on his cheek and chin, and you can see that he has dark rings under his eyes, short cropped graying hair, and a large scar down the side of his cheek. Now, make sure you get those logs in position. We're gonna need some sort of ballast when we... No, not like that. Gotta make sure they're secured. And then as he turns his head, he goes, "Oh, hills. What trouble are you bringing now?"
Just coming down to, we've got some friends who are coming, bringing some injured to the Abbey, so just wanted to make sure that we were here to help guide them up the rather tricky road that they've got there.
Right. Because the last time you lot swarmed on through, we had to deal with attacks from creatures not long afterwards. Skeletons and zombies and such.
Ah, that explains the wall. Well,
Yeah, no, we're doing this for fun. I just like to make sure that I get my hands covered in splinters and my men busy when they could be guarding. Because that's what we've always dreamed of, being fucking woodchoppers.
Well, I have to apologise for that. We didn't even know the undead were those types of undead. At least were chasing us until recently. So, nobody was injured, I hope, during the attack.
Yeah, we got 14 dead.
I'll just have a look around the town, and I will think to myself, is the town actually that big?
Yeah, it's not like it's a cluster of about 20 buildings. Yeah.
Okay.
When you have a look around, if there's 14 people dead, that's like essentially like a fifth of the whole town died in a series of attacks.
What I was thinking. I was like, that's a lot of them.
Yeah, there's a question mark over that number in your mind, Killian, logically as you look around. Something about that doesn't seem quite right.
I'm sorry to hear that. If you've got any injured still from the attack,
Oh, they weren't ours. That was the number of zombies and skellies we knocked out. Only one person is eating dirt right now. We made sure to burn the body.
Oh, well, I'm glad you clarified that, because I was starting to feel a bit guilty that we'd unknowingly led some undead to your door, but if you managed to take care of them...
Oh, you should still feel guilty for that. I don't want you getting off scot-free on that front. You lot swan in, and then the next night... watch as hordes of undead throw themselves... well, 14 of them throw themselves against our windows and doors. 2 of my gods pissed themselves that first night. Now, that's a comment on them more than it is on you, sure. But still, it would have been nice to know that they were coming. Could have warned us.
Out of curiosity, have you heard anything from Barovia at all?
The town? It's very far away. We don't often get news from Barovia. All high and mighty in the shadow of Castle Ravenloft think they're too good for Kresk. All the young'uns want to move there. Well then, Velaki.
Well, I will tell you now that they've been getting attacked by undead for the past several nights and have had quite a large number of casualties. So,
I feel a bit
the fact
bad
that you've
now
had
about what I
one
just
wave,
said.
yes, you might want to wind your neck in when it comes to, moaning about things a little bit, and maybe get your people on with building these defenses up so you can make sure that your people stay safe. How about that?
Do I swan into your town to make judgments on how you do shit?
Do you want your people to survive, or do you want them to die?
I want them to survive, obviously, dickhead.
Right. There you go then. And if you need anybody to get healed, you need to get the road sorted that leads up to the Abbey so that they don't fall off of it.
Why?
Maybe put a
What's
hand
going on?
railing in.
Abbott's a freak. Why would we send people there? Turns people into half-animal monstrosities, makes them all ursine, bovine, or lupine.
Well, maybe you should go and have a conversation with the abbot.
I quite like my legs and arms where they are now, thank you very much. And while I may be hairy, I don't think I've got the appearance of a fucking donkey.
And what's wrong with their appearance, if I might ask?
They're all freakish with animal parts where their human bits should be. And all mismatched.
Right. So you're telling me that if a person with draconic scales, or my friend Theo, who is...
Yeah, the goat man.
What you might call the goat man, are you saying that you have a problem with him?
I'm not saying I got a problem with him. I've got a problem with the person who makes them all weird and animal-like. I imagine there was no sort of conversationing happening there. What, did they go up there and go, "Oh, please, Mr. Crazy Man, give me a fish head"? I don't think so.
Possibly not, but you don't know what's happened up there, do you? If you've not had any contact with the Abbey.
Is that not what happened? Did people not go there and get made all animal-like, all squirrely?
And have you spoken to any of them since that happened? Do you know any of them? Have you spoken to any of them? No, you've avoided them probably.
Yeah, because they look all weird.
I think I'm done with this conversation. You said you wanted to speak to this Ingrid?
Yeah, I don't really know if I've got much to say apart from the abbot wasn't doing that to the... Well, we don't really know if the abbot was or not. He's not doing it anymore, if he was doing it at all. And I've lost the voice for Luther now, because fucking Sergeant Gavel is so all-encompassing. It's all I have now. Let me find Luther. All right, there we go. I got Luther back. There we go. I don't think the abbot was ever doing that, as far as I'm aware. And if he was, he's definitely stopped it now. Your people are safe. If you need healing, you can go up there, and there's no consequences other than having to hang out with people who are all weird, as you say. What? He wasn't doing that. It wasn't the abbot who made them all weird and mismatched. She looks towards you, Killian and Luther.
Oh no, you two are having this... No, I'm not going to do that to you.
Nice try. This fucking voice, man.
We don't... Nobody knows if that is what the abbot was doing, but the abbot is trying to make amends for it now. Luther has been up there for however long Luther has been up there for while we've continued our adventures. The abbot has been reconstructing the abbey and redoing its defences and all of that, so that if anybody tries to attack it, then it is safe. But
you should have opened with that. If he's got the walls rebuilt, maybe we'd be safer behind there. And if he's not gonna make us all weird and mismatched, I've got no problems.
No, he's definitely not gonna make you all weird and mismatched.
Right, well, next time just say that before I start saying a whole bunch of racially insensitive shit.
I thought I'd let you dig yourself a grave. I mean, your name is Gravel at the end of the day.
Well, I have had to dig a grave for the guardsman who died when you led the undead here, so it wouldn't be the first that I've dug.
Yeah, well, maybe you should consider moving yourselves up to...
Yeah, I'm gonna be organizing a retreat. Yeah, we're gonna get ourselves up there. We'll have to repair the road as we go, bring some supplies up. What sort of shit do they need? Better make a good first impression with this abbot.
I'm just gonna look to Luther and go, alcohol by the sound of it.
Yeah, we got whiskey, we can do that. And got some wine
alcohol,
as well.
Weapons. Weapons is very important. A lot of the weapons that they have up there are either farmers' weapons or rusted to the point of being useless.
Don't they have claws? Some of them.
Well, they do, but that means they have to get in exceptionally close. Whereas if they have a long sword, they can have at least a bit of a sort of gap between them and their enemies.
It's a good point. I wouldn't want to be close to some of these stinking undead. Yeah, all right. We'll make sure we get our shit together and make our way up there.
How many of you are there here?
Around town, maybe 50, 60 of us left. The rest of all fucked off to Vallaki. Said it's safer there. Some new high and mighty man's taking the mantle of fucking burgomaster.
You're doing that thing again where you're assuming without knowing the information.
Has there not been a new burgomaster in Vallaki?
There is a new burgomaster in Vallaki.
Is he all high and mighty over the rest?
Make us not like Sergeant Gavel. It's not working. We still love him.
All right, fine.
He's definitely
you caught me. You caught me.
He's definitely not all high and mighty. He's probably the most down-to-earth person that I've ever met. And if anything, he's helped improve the town and improve its defenses.
Well, now I want to go there.
Well, go there if you want to go there. Just go somewhere where you're going to be safe.
Yeah, Vallaki is a town. It's always seemed like more of a, easy ride. Here in Krez, we have to work hard to make it here. But I'm starting to think
you still have to work hard if you go to Vallaki. Vallaki needs some good guards there.
All right. I'll talk to the people. We'll take a vote. See where we're headed next. Either we'll go up to the Abbey. Yeah.
When you get there, speak to Captain Amelia and say that the Tempest Guild sent you there from Kresk, and say that you're there to help shore up any defenses that they may need.
Now, what I'm not going to say is, oh, Captain Amelia thinks she's so great with a title like Captain. I'm only a lowly sergeant. No, he doesn't say any of that.
You saying all this only makes us like him more.
Because
right?
you've caught me. Yeah. Fuck, I was really hoping that this wouldn't backfire.
We want to get all of our NPCs into one town. So get one final Avengers level sort of chat where you're role playing all of these different people.
No. On your left. As you get to the... no, it's not going to happen. Yeah, fine. We'll talk to this Captain Amelia and see if there's a space for it. If we end up going there, sounds like this Abbey could do with us as well. You said it's a safe place.
Yeah, it could do with you more. It needs more help and assistance.
Right. All right, I'll put it to a vote. We'll get to a decision. Make our way either up the mountain or down the main road towards Vallaki. Personally, I'd be more tempted to make a way up to the Abbey. Less monsters on the way, much closer.
It's definitely closer. And when you get up there, take some time to get to know the people up there, please. And don't refer to them as mongrel folk. That's not nice. It's not a nice term to refer them as.
What would they prefer?
Ask them.
All right.
Have a conversation with them, see what they want.
Hey, mongrel folk! What would you like to be called?
One of them is called Otto. He's kind of the de facto leader of the group. Speak to Otto.
All right, speak to Otto. I can do that. All right, and put it to a vote. You said you wanted supplies, alcohol? Yeah. Mardukov over in the inn's been talking for a while about heading to visit his cousin, the Wizard of Wines. I don't know how much stock he's got left, but maybe talk to him. There's a shipment due in the next few days, and then after that, it sounds like he was planning on fucking off. Maybe now he'll stick around.
Yeah, we'll go speak to him. That's what you wanted to do, wasn't it, Luther?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a drink. Sounds pretty good to me.
Oh, before I leave, if two people turn up with a cart with some severely injured people inside of it, while we're in Kresk, would you be able to send somebody to let us know, please? Because they're the people that we're waiting for to take up to the Abbey.
Yeah, I can do that. If we're still here, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm hoping it will be in the next couple of hours, so...
Oh, all right then. Yeah, I'll keep an eye out. When you say severely injured, you said that in a weird way.
It's going to be touch and go as to whether they'll be alive when they get here.
Right, okay. I'll put the word out to the gods to look out for a cart full of people who are in a bad way.
Right, I'm glad we had this conversation, and then I'll just walk off.
See ya.
I think the fact that they're in a cart and not a wagon is somewhat telling as to their state.
Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah. Which is why he was like, yeah, you worded that weirdly. Give me some more information. I don't know why I'm voluntarily doing that voice more than I have to. What the fuck is wrong with me? Exactly right. Awesome.
You like?
No, you like him. I hate that voice. It is so painful. It is fun, but it's so painful. There's now this like line of like fire that I can feel down the inside of my throat every time I do that fucking voice. Yeah, the personality takes over. Exactly right, Tricking. Every time I do that, it's just I become Sergeant Gavel for the conversation. Except when I try and puppeteer the strings and make him mildly more dislikable in the hopes that they never go back to him again. And
I fell right into that. I was proper arguing with him.
Which also made me talk more, which backfired on another level as well. I realized it's also problematic. He'd just been like, yeah, how you doing? I'm good. You're looking sexy. Probably would have been a shorter conversation.
Or a really long one.
You can't cut to a moment as like Luther and Sergeant Gavel are spooning. You know, I like these quiet movements. The world just seems to fall away. It's just
doing it more than you need to.
This is funny.
Seems like it's Owen at this point.
It's me at this point. Awesome. Okay. I think I might wrap us up there because we've got a few things on the go. Now, in the interests of keeping time moving, I'm going to have... There's not much else you guys need to worry about in Vallaki from the sounds of it, Theo and Tithla. Is there anything else you guys wanted to do before you leave? Otherwise, I might time skip you back to the Abbey, and I might do this... No?
I'll just go and collect Tithla, check in, see how she's doing. Apologize profusely for leaving.
Yeah,
Okay.
And if we just happen to run into Iris's parents on the way out, then just let them know that...
Departing directly from the Abbey.
Okay, so it's going to take you about 6-7 hours to fly back as well. So you guys are going to be getting back there. Probably the last people to get back. Jonor, Blood, and Axel, the three of you. Oh, that's right. Okay, we will do that next session as you guys explore for the book. I realize you guys haven't found the book yet. We'll go through that next session. But you guys are teleporting back, which means you're going to be the first ones back and very much enjoying a long rest at the Abbey. Killian and Luther. After about 3 hours of waiting around, you watch as... you're going to go talk to Mardukov. Okay, no, we'll do the conversation with Mardukov next session, and then we'll do the time skip for you guys. Okay, awesome sauce. Perfect. Brilliant. I think that is a good place to wrap up then. We will be back next session for more Curse of Strahd. We will see you all for that. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. We will do a quick raid as well of a lovely friend of the channel, and I realize that I don't have Twitch open because it crashed with everything else. So let me get that open as I get that up and running. While that is happening, thank you everybody. If you've been watching on Twitch, don't go anywhere. I'm going to go do a raid. For those of you watching on YouTube or listening to the podcast, thank you so much. Make sure you give us a like, a subscribe, and leave a comment. We are actually well on our way to getting 2,000 subs before the end of the year. And I reckon we can actually do it in the next couple of months. And by we, I mean, I reckon you guys can do it in the next couple of months. And that would be amazing. There is a very special prize if we can get to 2,000 subs by November. I have a very, very special episode planned. I'm not going to give too much away now, but as we get a bit closer to it, I'll start revealing details. If it happens towards the end of October, beginning of November, we'll know what happens around October with our special Blinsky episode. I'm thinking we can do something with that as a special prize for getting to 2,000 subs. So I'll keep you posted about that. But yeah, that's my little spoiler for the special prize. Awesome sauce, everybody. Thank you so much. That raid will take us across to our roll together up and running tonight, Joshy.
We are indeed, yes.
Perfect. Let's go and raid roll together. It looks like you guys are doing Chronicles of Erdrun. Done. I will get that coming across right now. Brilliant. There, I can see you right there. Hello. Let's go watch more Josh. I will get that raid going. Thank you so much, everybody. Until then, stay safe, stay well. We will see you all again very, very soon. But for now, farewell. Goodbye.
Check out Amazing Peter's podcast.